Welcome back to another Dragon Ball FighterZ video, guys. Today I wanted to share a little bit of a wish list with you guys for Season 3 Dragon Ball FighterZ DLC characters. Of course, in the comments down below, let me know your top picks for your own wish list. Keep in mind, this is not a speculation video. We're really just here to have a fun time, and while I'm going into some of these picks with a little bit of logic, overall, we're just throwing out who we'd like to see. So feel free to think freely, feel free to throw in some wild cards in there, and have a good time picking your favorites. I should also preface by saying today's video is not going to feature any of the characters in my speculation video from yesterday. I'll have a link to that if you haven't seen it already. It's a good video. So the first one up is Android 20. Now I think he could be a good pick. With the other androids in there, he has some pretty decent dialogue, and he has a really unique move pool you can take from. For example, you can give him a move where he can absorb people's ki blasts of any kind, and it'll give him more meter. And maybe he'll have like a level 1 where he can physically grab onto you and absorb some of your meter as well. Now I don't really want to let him absorb life, just because I feel like that'll be too crazy. Unless it heals blue life, then I think that'll be fine, because it'll be kind of like Krillin's Sensu Beam. But I think they can do some really unique things. Next one up is Evil Boo or Super Boo. And I couldn't really pick between these two because honestly, like, my favorite form of Boo is Evil Boo. I just think he's the coolest one, even though he was only there for like one fight against Fat Boo. However, Super Boo can have some really unique gameplay behind him. Like, imagine if he had an absorb ability that he can use in order to change his special attack into the opponent's special attack. And if he absorbed Gotenks, Piccolo, or Adult Gohan, then he would become the appropriate form like he did in the anime, which would give him a whole new moveset. Like, that would be wild, that'd be crazy. That right there has the potential for a lot of really cool, unique gameplay that I think would be awesome in Dragon Ball FighterZ. You could tell I had a hard time building this list because there's a lot of these that have like two similar characters just on the same plot. So the next one is Nova and Ice Shenron. Now, I'm not the biggest fan of GT, admittedly. I mean, many of us aren't, although the series did do some things well, one of those being some of the villains. Some of the villains are really dope, like Nova Shenron is really cool. And GT doesn't have a lot of characters in FighterZ at the moment. Like, they have GT Goku, and that's really it. They might be coming out with Omega Shenron, which I would talk about in the last video, so I don't think one more GT villain would be a bad idea. Whether it's Nova or Ice Shenron. Maybe Ice Shenron shows up for an attack, who knows? Kind of like Android 18 and 17. Another one of these like dual requests that I had was Mira and Toa. Now personally, I feel like if they did go with one of these, they would probably go with Mira, because he's more of that like brawler, physical hand-to-hand type. And Mira, at least in the Xenoverse games, played a little more like Whis, where she would use her staff a lot. And I don't know if they would necessarily want to do that. But seeing as that's the whole point of this video, I would definitely take Toa over Mira. I feel like she has a lot more to offer to the game. I feel like she has a lot more unique abilities. I don't really know much about these two other than the Xenoverse game, but based off of that, it would seem as if she's a lot more diverse than he is as far as her move pool is concerned. And at the end of the day, that's really what I'm looking for in a Dragon Ball FighterZ DLC character. I'm looking for a lot of unique and really dope gameplay mechanics and moves. Like, that's the whole reason why I play 21 Nappa and Ginyu, and sometimes Videl, because those characters feel vastly different from the main cast. Okay, so next one up. I was tempted to go ahead and throw people like Moro into the mix, but while that would be dope, to be honest, if I include Moro, I'm including 7-3. And I'd also include Miras. So for that reason, I didn't include anybody from that arc because there's too many dope characters. So excluding the newer arc of Dragon Ball Super, the next one up is gonna be one of those dogs from the trio. I don't remember their name. My apologies, I didn't really pay them too much mind. You can have the main one calling the other guys, like Captain Ginyu does, or like Android 18. That's a really fun gameplay mechanic that I wouldn't mind seeing more of, and between that entire group, they have a pretty unique and really dope move pool. Combos with these guys would be insane too, like, man, their combos would be absurd. Could you imagine sparking TODs with these guys? And for my next pick, we're gonna go with the super overpowered Farmer with a Shotgun. All jokes aside, I rewatched Dragon Ball recently, and Farmer with a Shotgun in the original version of Dragon Ball was done completely dirty. Like, if I remember correctly, he hides under a truck and Raditz picks the whole truck up. Like, man, this dude was scared out of his mind. Farmer with a Shotgun was done a complete and total injustice. He needs to be resurrected with the Dragon Balls, come on. But in all seriousness, if we don't get Hercule in the game, give us Monaka. I know it's a completely ridiculous request, but that's what this video is about. This video is not to be taken seriously. I just feel Monaka would be great comedic relief. Now, if I remember correctly, there was an interview before the game came out with the developers, and they had specifically mentioned that they did not want gag characters in the game, and they did not want comedic relief characters in the game. However, many developers for different games have said different things about their game and then gone back on that, only to go ahead in the future and do that exact thing that they said they didn't want to do initially. So maybe their plans have changed, and who knows, we may end up seeing a comedic relief character. I hope so, because I really like Hercule or Master Roshi in the game, but that's just me. But on this wish list, where we can have whatever it is we like, I think Monaka would be great. The dialogue you'd get between him and Goku, him, Vegeta, Beerus, Gohan, Piccolo, like, it would be hilarious. And it would kind of fit into the game because of the way the story mode is, and the whole narrative behind the game. So it wouldn't be completely out of this world for Monaka to be doing damage to some of these other characters. And you know what? If they don't give us Monaka and they give us alternate costumes for characters, I hope they give us an alternate costume for Beerus where he's wearing the Monaka outfit. Like, that would be hilarious. That'd be awesome. Anyway, guys, that's my wish list. Let me know in the comments down below, what are some characters you would love to see in the game if you can have any characters you wanted, and you didn't have to worry about logic, sales, or anything like that. If this is your first time watching one of my videos, feel free to subscribe. We're coming out with news videos regarding everything and anything Dragon Ball FighterZ. We're keeping up with all of the DLC characters, so this is going to be the place you want to subscribe to if you want any information regarding that. We also have rank fights, as well as combo tutorial videos. So become part of a community that loves Dragon Ball FighterZ just as much as you do. I'll catch you guys around. Till next time, peace.